Today we're going to learn how to look at stuff in a microscope. First thing that you should know is that there are a couple different kinds of microscope in this room. One of them is going to look like this. You'll notice that it has a cord and it's got these little army things, as opposed to this microscope, which is a little bit fancier. And this one has more of a kind of strange mechanism up here, so that's just something to keep in mind right off the top. Now, anytime you start with a microscope in this class, it should look something like this, where the smallest objective is facing down, the power is off. It's basically all you got to worry about. So let's just say that you want to look at the leg of a bee in a microscope. Here's how you do that. Depending upon which microscope you use, you're going to place this slide on what's called the stage in a slightly different way. In this microscope, you'd simply put it on the stage and then cover it with these little stage clips. In order to move the slide, you will simply move the slide. It's a little different on a microscope like this because you have to use this mechanism right here. To do this, you're simply going to hold this arm back, slide the slide right into place right there, and let the arm kind of come in and hug it in place. On this type of microscope, in order to move the slide, you're actually going to have to use these little knobs right down here. Turning one ends up moving the stage a certain direction. The other will move the slide the other direction. All right, so you've got your slide in, and you've got the smallest red objective down. Now, that's really important to start off with here. A little tour of the objectives. This is the smallest one. It's the red one, and you can see it's got a 4 on it. That's because it is 4 times magnification, plus the 10 magnification of the eyepiece is going to equal 40 magnification. 10x magnification multiplied by 10 equal 100 magnification. The blue one has 40 magnification, which multiplied by 10 is 400 magnification. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh my goodness, there's a 4th objective on here. What is that one for? The 4th objective on these microscopes is a special lens only for oil immersion and looking at extremely small objects, which we will not be doing in this class. So do not use the 4th white objective unless I absolutely tell you to. Otherwise, you are going to be looking at nothing. Nothing! Nothing at all. You can go ahead and flip the power on the microscope. You'll notice there are a couple of knobs on the side of the microscope here. These are called the adjustment knobs. And if you use the big one, you will see that the slide actually noticeably moves up and down on the stage. So that's going to be what you do first to get the most rough adjustment so that you can start to see what you're actually looking for. There we go. So you'll probably play with the knob a little bit and realize that you're starting to see something. Something maybe like this. Is that what I'm supposed to be looking at? There's an easy way to find out. If you move the slide a little bit and the thing that you're looking at doesn't move, then you're not looking at the slide. You're looking at some dust or something else that's gross inside the microscope, but you're not looking at the slide. So you can see here I actually have a little bit of movement, so all I really need to do is play with the coarse adjustment knob a little more and get what I'm actually looking for into a bit of focus. There we go, there we go. Oh, hey, there's something a little bit bigger there. And eventually you're going to find what you're looking for, which could look something like this. Oh, hey, a little bit of a blob. Now you go to the fine adjustment knob. It's the knob that still moves the stage up and down, but not enough that you're actually going to see it moving. But it's definitely going to adjust the focus of what you're looking at. And you want to get that focus to be an absolutely crisp, clear picture. That. So there you go. You found the object. Congratulations. Now, if you're one of those go-getters that likes to work ahead, you might be tempted to just go ahead, get your slide on there, and skip right to that big objective so you can get really zoomed in really close and get your work done faster. It doesn't work that way. You see, starting on the blue objective is like trying to find your house in Google Maps, except you've zoomed in all the way and you're looking at a little patch of grass in the middle of nowhere. All the way zoomed in. You have no idea where you are. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Is this a shoreline? It's trees? Where are we? If you start with the blue objective, you are going to be looking at absolutely nothing. Nothing. There's nothing here to see. Nothing at all. Here's the way you want to do that. You see, a sane person would start zoomed out. Well, not quite that far. We'll see right about there. Oh, hey, where's Fridley? Let's zoom in on Minneapolis, shall we? There we go. This is going well. Oh, we got to readjust. And there you go. Where is it? Zoom in a little further. And what do you know? There's Fridley High School, right there. So you've got to start zoomed out as much as possible with the red objective. Find what you're looking for, center it, and then you can move up to the yellow objective and zoom in a little more. Another reason you want to start with the red objective is that when you're moving the stage up and down with the coarse adjustment knob, you're unable to actually smash the slide into the objectives. If I was to move this to one of the higher power objectives like the yellow or the blue, you'll see the blue is actually hitting the slide right now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Seriously? To avoid moving the slide up so far that it actually hits the objective. If things are looking a little funny with your image, it might be because the amount of light coming through the microscope hasn't been properly adjusted. So, if you look at the bottom of the microscope, there is something called the diaphragm. The diaphragm actually operates a little bit like that door in E.T. Phone home. And by adjusting the diaphragm, you will be able to effectively regulate the amount of light that passes from the light bulb, through the stage, through the slide, up through the objective, down the nose piece, to the eyepiece, and into your eyeball. So, we find the object with the red objective, focus it really clearly, and then you can move up to the yellow objective and zoom in a little more. 100 magnification. Now what you may notice when you're playing with the fine adjustment knob is that you're actually seeing different layers of the object that you're focusing on. That's because the fine adjustment knob moves the stage a little bit, which actually means that you're adjusting the focal point of the light up and down through the object that you're looking at. You're literally looking through it. You can see different layers of whatever object you are looking at. We found it with the yellow objective. We can move on to the blue objective, the highest power, 400x. This is going to be some high-powered stuff. You're not going to be able to see very much because the area you're now looking at is so small, the details are going to become a little bit fuzzy. But you are going to see it at the highest magnification that you can with this type of microscope. So what we are looking at now are individual hairs on the leg of a single bee. You did it. Yes! You did it. Yes! Now, putting the microscope away is really easy. First of all, you are going to want to turn the objectives back down to the red objective. You are going to want to take your slide out. If necessary, wash it and put it away. You should turn the light off. And that's basically it. That's basically all you have to do. Just do that stuff every time.